So, um, Connie, um, since you're on the bottom of this, I'd like you to roll for me for narrative points. Roll me a D8. You there?
Pancake, that's you, buddy.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Yeah, you're Connie.
Hey, it's that first session, you're getting used to the name. I get it.
Yep.
That's why all of our
A
nicknames.
single D8?
Yeah, single D8. That's why all of our nicknames in the Discord have been changed to appropriately show who the hell is who.
5. Sorry, I was gonna go get real dice, but the schedule change kind of messed me up. But yeah, 5.
Excellent. You all have 5. The date is March 10th, 0079, Senegal. You're at your, you're at an army base, outside the city limits of Dakar proper. You can see the dust and some scatter bits of trees around you. It's 80-something degrees right now. The sun's beating down on you. Corporal Meyer, what are you doing?
Taking a nap under the track. Ideally out of line of sight of anyone who expects me to do anything today.
I'm going to spend a narrative point. Felipe, you're walking past a, what's the word? You're walking past a 225 armored personnel carrier. And you notice something. 9 days ago, the Zeeks landed in Central Asia. And 5 days ago, they landed in North America. You're on high alert, and you just lost. And there's a drop going on right now. And then you see Corporal Meyer napping. Frep, would you be so kind as to explain what Corporal Meyer looks like?
Yeah. Roughly average height, kind of a wiry build, dark hair. Normally has a sarcastic grin on his face. At this point, it's probably slack and drooling a little bit as he's racked out currently. His gear is he's always got slightly more gear than he's supposed to, as he has a bad habit of not remembering to sign things back in, or if he acquires something, it just never seems to make its way back onto the books, which is very handy if you find yourself short on grenades or something occasionally, but also maybe has shit he's not supposed to all the time, and it can cause problems.
Okay.
I have to be right back. Someone just came home and they need help bringing stuff.
Oh.
So, apologies. I will not be able to have Philippe respond.
Oh, good. Can I use this opportunity to scuttle out of the way while an act of God prevents the lieutenant from giving me shit?
Yeah, so no, you're napping, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the screen cuts. Saul, what are you doing?
Doing some, I'd imagine he's, doing some routine maintenance for the engineers on his, APC, helping out with that. He's not the best at it, but he's doing his best to help out. Making sure the image on the side is all freshed up, the image of to most people, the APC had it when it was brought over. It is a cartoony image of a black bear looking kind of dopey. He probably doesn't do anything like mechanically insane. In fact, he's probably more so going back and forth, grabbing people's tools, helping them out. Not really something an officer normally does, but he
Actually,
seems
since
not
it's
minding it.
I return. Apologies for that.
since Saul, since this is your vehicle, it's actually your job to handle most maintenance.
Okay. Then
Yeah. So Philippe, you see Corporal Meyer sleeping on the job.
And is he a squad leader? Is he a team leader? Does he have a squad leader?
He's in charge of the second. He's the second squad corporal. So he leads your second rifle section into battle.
Do I see my platoon sergeant?
Yes, you look to your right. You see a gruff, like, I don't know, man in his 40s.
I'll just
early 40s.
just
Sergeant First Class Ricardo DeLaz, your platoon sergeant.
Oh, that's a cursed name, Delas. It's unfortunate for him, but
yeah.
all right. Philippe will just kind of wave to catch the platoon sergeant's attention, and then point at the corporal, and then continue on his merry day.
Corporal Meyer, you hear someone say, "What do you think you're doing, Corporal?"
With my eyes and look up at the presumably the sight of the platoon sergeant looming over me at this point.
Yes. He raises his eyebrow.
Taking advantage of this rest before the we have you were saying there's something about there's a landing like ongoing now.
Yeah.
Like no idea when we're gonna get called out. Best to be well rested and ready for what's gonna come. Seems like the most prudent use of this opportunity. As I'm certain there's something much more useful I should be doing.
He looks down at you. Don't you have a squad to get ready for combat?
I'm going to look at my watch, having no idea what time it is as I've been fast asleep. I have an equipment check in.
It is currently 10:15.
I have an equipment check in 10 minutes. And then I'm going to scuttle off and go and actually tell them I'm going to go do that. Just lie immediately.
Ow. Connie, you see Corporal Meyer waltz past, scurry away from Sergeant and Ricardo. With, some sweat on his brow and a nervous look on his face.
Yeah. Connie's gonna look up a bit. His cheap aviator sunglasses that he bought from some tourist market in Dakar, like halfway down his nose, and he's gonna chuckle a bit, and then go back to maintaining his anti-material rifle. Yeah, speaking of which, I have a question.
What?
What is the What is the AMR like? What is it? I know it's not. What is its closest real-world counterpart?
I'm gonna go with a boy's anti-tank rifle.
Sweet.
But with a scope.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would have been unfortunate.
Still bolt action, or has it been modernized?
I'm pretty sure the boys is semi-automatic.
Boys anti-tank rifle.
It's
I'm
the
fairly
P-
certain it's bolt action.
No, like the PTRD and the PTRS, I'm pretty sure is bolt action.
Bolt action rifle, yes.
Sure, why not?
All
Makes
right.
things cheap.
Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna go full auto with it.
Bump fire the fitty. Anyway, you want me to give like a physical description of
It's not important.
ACOS?
Yeah, oh no, I said gun.
So, ACOS is a fairly tall young man standing at 6'3". Pretty lanky build though, but he's got enough muscle on him that he's not a complete twig. He has black hair, but in the right light it looks purple, with bright youthful green eyes. His clothing and hairstyle is very much out of regs, with a mullet and his Federation duty uniform top wrapped around his waist with a dirty sweat and dirt soaked tank top. He's currently maintaining his anti-material rifle, wiping dust off of the scope, making sure the action is completely clear of any debris, making sure it's well oiled. Just usual, oh, I have big gun, I need to take care of it sort of duties and activities.
Saul.
Yeah.
You hear a voice behind you. It's Captain Zagreb. The platoon, the company, captain.
He turns around really quick and he gives a salute.
Saul,
Captain?
Saul, do you know where Lieutenant Flip went? I need to talk to the two of you.
Oh, no, sir. I saw him walking around a bit earlier, but I've been focused on getting my machine ready.
Well,
Fun fact, I was heading to see Saul.
Yep, as you say that, Philippe literally turns around the corner.
Captain?
Lieutenant?
I'll snap off. I'll resist the urge to salute since we're now in a combat potential situation.
I need to talk to the two of you.
Understood, sir. Lead on.
He starts leading you away to a more private area. And he checks when no one's around. Zeke's made landfall all up near our Saint-Lois.
Well, at least they didn't drop on top of Dakar.
Thing is, as the only infantry division we had in the area, the 205th hasn't been responding at all.
Already?
I'm pretty sure you are both aware of how important the Special Coastal Army is to the
Yes,
Federation.
Yes.
So General Devers wants us to go take a look at what happened.
Are we moving out as a company, sir, or is my platoon being dispatched?
No, the entire division's moving out.
Philippe can't hide the startled expression on his face, but he schools it quickly and says, "Very good then."
He had a complete communication breakdown with the division. We don't know if they're destroyed or they're merely being jammed. Either way, though, we know that Zeeks have to be in the area.
Sir,
Yes,
permission to
Lieutenant.
speak? As it stands, if we move out our division, though, how will will be still ready here at Dakar in case it's attacked while we're gone?
He looks over to the vehicles. Trenches don't help us too much. We can leave the digging and to the rest of the Special Coastal Army. However, since our increased mobility over everyone else means we'll have to be the first line of defense.
Well, do we have specific orders, sir?
What's mostly a seek and destroy.
Pretty simple.
Overall, so we'll be prepared to move out within the hour. Travel light.
Which position will we be taking in the move, sir?
You look at Philippe. On account of you being the most experienced and having the most combat experience among the officer, or with the junior officers, as our company has been selected to be the forward-most recon elements.
Very good, sir.
I hate to be blunt, sir, but you think we're going to be killing Cyclopses?
That remains to be determined, Lieutenant.
Nuts.
Anything else, sir, or should I see to mend that?
He's like, he puts a shoulder on both your arms. Now go get it done.
Right.
So, Philippe kind of turns to him and gives him like that kind of light smile between a slightly junior colleague, and goes, how are the IFEs looking?"
Oh, could be worse, could be better, but I mean, all things considered.
Everything's topped off, ammo, fuel.
Oh yeah, I made sure to check it about 1,000 times.
No faults in the drive systems or transmissions.
Fleet, man, I've been here all day checking over this thing.
I understand, but we're going into. They're going to be tested for real for the first time. It's good to make sure they're in peak condition.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, from everything I've heard, we're talking about giant robots versus APCs.
Well, they are going to be weighed down by gravity now. Their center of balance will be off. We have the advantage in this fight. They're not used to Earth. This is our home. Don't forget that. And he kind of pats him on the arm. Get the platoon mounted up. I'll go inform the platoon sergeant and other squad leaders.
Well, don't stress yourself out too much doing it.
Philippe gives a kind of curt nod and then heads off and says, "Squad leaders, assemble." He kind of calls out.
Yep, so Meyer, you hear the call out, and you and the other corporals walk on over. There, you see names. You see Corporal Recla, the Regina team leader. You, Corporal Eve with first air squad, then Corporal Boz Bingles with third squad. Philippe, you have them, and it was Saul together. Saul called them, or did Philippe call them?
Philippe called them.
Yeah, Saul's going to be getting the rest of the platoon starting to mount it up, essentially, while Philippe gives a quick briefing to everyone else. And Philippe would just look over the squad leaders and go, "Gentlemen, we received word this morning that Zeke forces dropped at Saint-Lois to the north. We've lost contact with the division posted there, and we've received orders from HQ to proceed along the MSR and perform a reconnaissance in force to determine their status. We are expecting to encounter Zeke forces in the area. We have no idea as to their disposition at this time, their numbers, or their capabilities. Our platoon has been chosen as the Vanguard reconnaissance team. Is there any questions?
And then you see one of the APC sergeant for third squads. Is there any way you'd like us to? What sort of formation do you want us to be in during our march?
We'll proceed in column for the initial march and then break up into a scattered wedge for a field of view and cover. Depending on the terrain, we'll try to get, well, as you know, our role is observation, so we'll spread out a little bit, not too far. Everyone stay within line of sight of each other, and we'll head off-road into the dunes and see if we can get on some higher ground.
Understood, sir. Then you see, yeah, that's Sergeant McKinley.
Any other questions? And he looks over the rest, giving them a moment. All right.
There's not to say anything.
All right. Alonzi, gentlemen, mount up. Inform your squads.
Philippe, you see them all nod and put their helmets back on.
You told Saul to basically gather people and tell them to start mounting up.
Yeah, basically.
You just kind of start hearing him run around the camp and kind of call out, "All right, ladies, all right, gentlemen, come on, get your asses up. Who wants to live forever? We're moving out."
Akos is gonna stand up, pick up his helmet with his boot, and lift it up, and sling it over his boonie, and hawk up his AMR, and walk to the nearest APC.
Connie, when you
Or
get in,
probably not to the APC, to Saul.
Yeah. What you doing? Need a light? Need a pat in the back?
What are we doing, Lou?
First Lou and second Lou, me. Just got told we got good old Zeke's just landed up north. Or northeast, I guess. Up coast.
You're telling me those shooting stars I was wishing on last night were Zeke's?
Goddamn right.
Well, looks like I got some wishes to take back. And then he...
Don't you worry, unless those wishes are killing some Cyclopses, that might come true.
I'm going to level with you, Lou. I don't think this thing, and he jiggles the AMR on his back, I don't think this can kill a Cyclops.
Oh, that ain't nothing. Ain't you ever read any fairy tales?
Yeah, Saul, as you see that, you see behind him, the Regina team start to lift their equipment on their backs and into the vehicle.
See that there? That there is an anti-MS weapon. Do you know what that stands for?
Anti-mobile suit, I assume.
Right. So, what do you think's going to happen when we shoot one of those motherfuckers with one of those?
Well, it depends on where you're aiming, sir.
You're goddamn right. So, whether we blind them, knock out their knee, or fucking blow out their heart, wham!
Akos kind of winces at knocking out their heart because he understands the implications.
Now, don't look so dour. Otherwise, Otherwise, you're. Ah, he cracks his back a bit. Otherwise, you'll get everyone else dour. It's contagious, you know?
Understood, sir.
Kip up. Smoke them if you got them. Drink it if you got it.
Akos just clambers into the back of one of the M113s.
Yeah, you get into the
His
lunchbox.
M113. Lunchbox.
Really?
Huh?
Any stragglers or anything?
Wait, what?
Are there any like people struggling to like get
Oh.
ready and get in?
Oh, no. Everyone's mounting up. Connie,
Nice.
Meyer, you're both in side this metal box now, and you're like sitting down. There's about 12 of you in total in this thing.
Akos is going to take off his helmet and place it on his seat, and then sit on his helmet.
Rekua, the leader of the Regina team, good old Half-Foot. A black woman, about 5'6", early 20s, says to you, that's not going to help, right?
What rank is she?
Corporal.
Corporal, if it's anything to you, having some small faint glimmer of hope between a man's balls and shrapnel puts a lot of gusto in him.
Well, are you using the jewels for anything?
Maybe. I got a girl in the tankers.
Then she looks over and mulls you over. Terrible taste, then.
Wouldn't be the first time a woman said that to me, Corp.
Meyer, how are you feeling? Sitting here in your metal box with your guys.
Combination of like trepidation because we don't know what we're going into, but also, we're going to go do something useful rather than kicking around base. Probably seems good. Ryder's probably currently like trying to cram like one last duffel bag full of ammunition and probably got rounds for his like grenade launch, the underbarrel, plus like an extra pack of smokes and chewing gum or something like that. Like every possible compartment on his track is going to be just packed with extra bullshit because you never know what you're going to need.
Yeah,
and
so
he's inclined to pack rat.
Connie, you see when Corporal Meyer comes in, you see him with the underslung grenade launcher. That's one thing. You see him with a Wyvern light ATGM on his person. Something, and thing about both of those, the underslung grenade launcher and the ATGM, is he should have neither of them. Because you look to your right, and there's another guy with a Wyvern ATGM.
It doesn't matter if we're not supposed to have them or not. We're fighting Zeeks. They got mobile suits, and we don't. We're going to need every little bit of anti-armor we got. Why would I snitch?
Thing is, like, what's the word? Admire. Connie, you're relatively new to this unit. Meyer seems pretty shifty already.
As long as he doesn't touch my anti-MS rifle, we'll get along just fine.
God, no, that thing looks like an absolute bitch to carry around. You're more than welcome to it.
Yeah, why do you think he's built?
Seems fair.
Philip, Saul, you get into the Brokeback. with its the only 225 with any anti-armor capability.
Goddamn right.
And you're sitting there in this metal box. Philippe, it's you, Saul, Eve Witterin, the squad corporal, and Sergeant Ricardo. And in here, as the last bit of your HQ section, you have your medic, Generico Nam. Flip, how do you feel?
Philip's maintaining a calm bearing that belies how he's feeling about the situation. You know, being put in the Vanguard recon position also means, in his mind, is the most likely to get blown up first. But hey, that's why he'll put his APC in the lead. At least the rest of the team can get away then if that happens. But at the end of the day, it's a mission. It's what we've been training for, and he's confident enough in the odds of success, even if the position itself puts his nerves on the edge.
I see.
He's right now checking over his little local map that he has of the area, you know, marking off potential areas of contact based on extrapolating, okay, they dropped here at this time, we lost contact with the 205th, you know, estimated time range, maybe they've gone this way, maybe they've gone that way. Just kind of prepping himself with potential scenarios. And once everyone's settled in, he'll basically wave over the, do we have okay, just because this does change depending on which Gundam we're in, do we all have radios or do we have squad radio?
Every squad has one radio man in it.
All right, awesome.
Then you in your HQ section have an additional radio man just for you.
Yeah, I figured. I just wanted to double check. Philippe will kind of wave over his radio man, and over the platoon-wide radio, we'll just call out, all right, everyone, buckle up and roll out. We're advancing.
Come on, Philippe, give him something. Give him some fire.
The only fire they need is what they have to throw at the enemy. Speeches are for delusional fools.
Well, it's a good thing I'm here then.
As the APC gets buttoned down and starts moving, Akos kind of gets fidgety.
You know, Philippe then thinks after a moment, and he goes, you know what? Maybe you're right, Saul. And he'll come back over the radio and say, some of you might be feeling nervous about this. Remember, the enemy we are fighting has never even stepped foot on Earth before. They're used to comfy, temperature-controlled colony cylinders, where their every whim is handled by automated systems and artificial intelligence. You have been training for this, and you know this land and this region. Hit them hard, and come back alive. And with that, he'll hang up, essentially.
He'll give Philippe a pat in the back, rather casual like. See? You almost made a good one.
Thanks, Saul.
He starts putting on his strapping on his helmet, and on the side there's like a very similar cartoon black bear like there is on the side of the APC of the Brokeback.
Yeah, you're not wearing a normal helmet, which just looks like an M1 helmet. It's not an M1, I swear. You're wearing a tanker's helmet, which fully goes around your head.
I'm wearing a patrol hat.
Well, it's your brain
the
matter.
Federation had Paz.
Yeah, let me know how that
Exactly.
brain matter feels.
Hey, you know what, bro? If I'm gonna get hit by shrapnel, at least I'll die quickly.
I just assumed Lieutenant Flip had a friggin' Kepi, so this is all
Yeah.
to step up.
Well, it is basically a kepi. It's just the patrol cap style kepi rather than the traditional French kepi, because I don't think they use the French kepi in the Federation military.
As it starts moving, he'll take out his flask and throw it back just a little bit, and he offers some to Philippe.
Philippe shakes his head. You may know, Saul, that he is a teetotaler. No alcohol, no smoking.
Look, Philippe, I know you're not a smoking or drinking man, but this might be my last drink.
Very well. And he'll take a sip and then hand it back.
Very good, very good. Feel that fire in your throat because you might feel it in your gut. He puts it away.
Your drinking habits, what you choose to imbibe sometimes, Saul, disgusts me. He kind of chuckles.
Well. When I first joined up, you made remarks about the bear on the side of the APC. You made remarks about my superstitions with having a little dream catcher up front.
He kind of gives a shrug. It took some getting used to, but if it makes you more comfortable and confident, that's what matters, no?
You're right. That does matter.
Yeah, so Saul, you get up to the commander's cupola. And above the cupola, right next to the cupola, there's 3 ATGMs on either side, and in front, connected to the cupola so you can fire it. The controls in front of you. And if you were to open up the hatch, you can get access to your medium machine gun that's on the pintle connected to it.
Okay.
And you all suddenly feel lurch as your driver starts to get going.
Woo! Let's go!
Connie, Meyer,
Mm-hmm.
you've been driving for about an hour now. You see Corporal Halffoot keep incessantly tapping her finger on the Regina.
Something the matter, Corp?
Just don't like all this waiting.
Neither do I, and my ass is killing me.
You know, maybe if you stop sitting on the helmet, that might help.
You know, you might have a point. I don't think the Zeeks have been dirt side long enough to plant mines. And he gets up, picks up his helmet, throws it on top over his boonie, and in white on the side of the helmet it says "Soldier of Sorrow."
Good thing you hid that from Philippe.
Connie, the guy next to you who I've not yet named says, "Really?"
He just giggles and pushes up his sunglasses. Sometimes pandering is fun.
Meyer, how you feel about going into combat? Now that you're like stuck in this cramped, confined space that you can't look out of.
Yeah, because who's crew commanding this track?
That's Sergeant Balster. Balster Glove.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like up until the exact moment the hatch shut on this thing, Meyer was like burning a cigarette, and then the instant that it closed, he butts it out and throws a dip in instead. And he's kind of just trying to relax. Essentially, at this point, until he gets told to, get the hell out of the track, none of the decisions are his, right? He's along for the ride under the direction of everyone else. So he is just going to try and deal with the boredom of being shut up inside an APC with 12 other people and something that can comfortably fit 6, probably.
Hey, Saul.
Yeah?
I'd like you to make a keen awareness check.
A what
your
check?
A keen awareness.
Keen awareness. Oh boy, I love my first roll.
Yeah, keen awareness systems.
Keen awareness systems. 4, 5, 4. So that's pretty fucking good.
On a 3d6.
We got 2, 6, 11. 4, 5, that's fine. Plus 4, that is 13. We got what's it, 2, 3 successes?
Actually, if you look at the calculator on your sheet, you put what you need in threshold and what you got in results, and it'll tell you what happened.
Okay. Where on the sheet is that? Just for my, it's up.
Oh, bottom.
Bottom.
If you go if you look at where it says skills, you just keep
Uh,
going down. You see threshold calculator.
Oh, there it is. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, threshold is 13. We got an 11. You got 3 successes.
3 successes?
Yep. Pretty good. I'm back.
You notice, like, you notice something along the horizon. You could have sworn it was a bit of green. In this mostly desert area.
He taps underneath. Hey, spotted something.
What is it?
Well, seeing as we're in a desert and I spotted some green moving.
The bastards didn't even bother repainting their vehicles. Amateurs. Philippe will call over the radio. All elements. We have potential Zeke contact 2, and he waits for Saul to bark out the direction so he can repeat it.
Oh, which direction would it be?
Compared to you, you're 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock?
4 o'clock. Verify in the surrounding area. Begin spreading out.
He'll
You start to
kind
peel
of
off the road.
He starts putting his hands on the controls of not the machine gun, but the ATGF. Yeah. Machine gun's not doing much good against that.
As you start to spread out, Connie. Right in front of you, there's a seat in the middle of the crew compartment where the commander of the vehicle stands to get access to the cupola and access to his machine gun. You hear a round go off, then he what's the word? His back is thrown back into the rim of the cupola, and he falls down into a floor of the crew compartment, dead.
Wait, who got hit?
Let's see that name. Balster Glove.
Oh shit! So he's 100%. He's donezo.
Yeah. The wound is shot right in the neck.
Ooh.
Saul, you see a couple tracers open up from small arms.
Okay. All right. Heads up, we got enemy fire. Not big, small.
Yep, so in these dunes directly in front of you, you see the enemy.
About how many are there?
I put it on the sheet.
Okay. There are. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, Jesus.
Hmm.
I
That
see.
seems not great.
Who's the closest?
What's the word? So, the dunes directly in front, it looks like they're posted up on top of it.
Okay. Can I, since I'm already I have my hands on the ATGM, can I try to fire off?
They are infantry.
Yeah, but what if I've heard the shot that rang out and killed the other guy?
No, you would have not.
Ooh, that's not. I don't like that. Uh-oh.
No, because like, what's the word? You're inside a metal box, and you've buttoned up completely, from what I understand.
Fair.
Can't hear much of anything outside the vehicle.
It's just infantry.
Yes.
He will yell out, looks like we got infantry, and he will open the hatch to get on the machine gun.
If you hear the roar of the engine as your driver keeps going forward and suddenly stops. The hatch, the hatches while the vehicles start to open. And now it's time for me to start spinning the wheel. Meyer,
Okay, why are
you're
we
the first to
dismounting?
get it. Yeah, Meyer, you've dismounted.
Why are we dismounting?
Why?
Yeah, why? If they're infantry and we're in IFVs, we have an actual advantage here.
You're in APCs. The biggest thing you got is like a 30 cal.
Yeah, but we have 30 cows. We have fire and maneuver as long as we're mounted. Whereas once we dismount, we're in kind of shit, so to speak. Especially because there's 4 squads and an MMG and a mortar.
Here then, Philippe, what are your orders?
All right. Third element, fire and suppress. Element 1, as element 2, follow us in. We're going to get on that dune. Hit them hard, hit them fast. So yeah, standard fire and maneuver. One element will establish a base of fire. The other 2 elements will begin flanking and pushing.
Meyer.
That way we're not losing guys at the bottom of a dune.
You're not the bottom of a dune. The enemy's at the top of a dune.
Okay. The way it was being described made it sound like we literally pulled up to the bottom of this dune and we're getting shot at. I was like, that's why I'm like, wait, why are we dismounting?
Meyer, kind of a problem. The guy who mans the gun on your APC is kind of dead.
I have a solution to this problem.
Well, it's Meyer's activation, so.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah, I guess I will like clamber up and like try and take control of the MG then, because for one thing, I'd like to be able to see what's going on. So let's get to my best view that's not the inside of this metal box, and start laying down fire on the enemy infantry, trying to like suppress them on the way up.
Very well then. I'd like you to give me a poise, firearms, arms, and systems in your systems will be 4.
That is 3 success.
Which one are you firing at? Just pick one, really.
I look at the sheet. Let's go with first because, well, number 1.
Very well then. So
Can't fault that logic.
yeah.
Well, they all seem much of a sameness at the moment.
Yeah, currently.
Yeah, but these guys have a big number 1 above their heads. So you
How
got to
many
take them out.
How many successes did you say you got?
3.
3. Very well then.
Good shit.
So you notice that, like, you keep peppering the line, and you can see some of the helmets. They're olive helmets start to like slink back down behind the dune. As you know, all like the loudest fire thing, like the loudest shit you've ever heard starts happening. So, what do? You've clambered up to your 30 cal.
Well, probably would just keep playing along the
So
line of it. Oh, sorry, Saul, misheard.
Are they within sight or?
yes.
Okay. Then yeah, no, we're going to open up with the machine gun, the MMG.
At
What would that be? He's kind of doing a rather simple focusing fire on what is the closest most major threat.
the thing is, like, what's the word? They're all the same to you right now.
Fair. Okay. Then I guess rather than one, I guess he'll just do kind of like a sweeping fire, if that's okay.
Very well then. I'd like you to give me poise. Firearms systems.
4, 3, 6, 10. So total 10. That's my threshold. Okay, let's see what I roll. Ooh, that's not looking good, I think. I rolled an 11 over 10, so that's 1 failure.
1 failure, so you just waste some rounds.
Yeah.
How many error points do we have?
6 out of 8.
I would say just use one of those, bud.
Alright, for you guys, let me reroll.
Yeah, we got to
Alright.
get these guys suppressed so that we can get dismounts going.
I rolled worse. I rolled a 12.
Oh, fuck. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah, so I missed. It could be. It's at least the MMG and not like the ATGM.
Damn, we didn't even say, well, it can't get worse. How dare the dice do this to us?
Nah.
That's just a guarantee box cars then.
Yeah. Yeah, so he kind of opens fire, but there's just so many people. And this is his first, real-time shoot, actually shooting at someone, pretty much. There's been, a few times where there's been encounters, but he's never actually had to, open up on this many people. This is, insane to him.
There's a difference of letting out tracers towards where you took sniper fire an hour ago versus, oh shit, we're fighting 4 squads of infantry in an MMG section right in front of us right now.
And we fucking drove right into it, and alright, I guess I'm here.
That's why I'm we gotta get through this, man. We can't, I don't want to be in the middle of it.
If you'll and if he'll let me, he will duck back into a bit to cover this.
Okay, then. Good thing you said that, because I pulled the third Zeke squad. And, Connie, I'd like you to make me a grit and athletics check
Uh-oh.
as your defensive move. Not Connie, Saul. My bad.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh
very-
yeah, let me make that real quick. What kind of? It's a maneuver and a
Not a maneuver. I'm asking you to make grit athletics.
grit athletics. 3, 4. So we're looking at a
Would you like an
7.
irrita point?
I'm gonna say we probably want to save them because it could get so much worse. I believe I could roll under 7.
I believe in you.
No, thing is,
I
this is
believe
an
in you as well.
opposed roll. That's the thing.
Oh, it's an opposed roll. I see. Well, I already rolled, and you see, I rolled box cards.
Oh, you're stuck with that.
Did you roll
Yeah.
six
Oh.
again?
I rolled double 6s.
Oh, that's what
brother.
boxcar means.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
hey, who was it who said it can't get worse?
Congratulations
Yeah.
again.
Possibly go wrong.
that's how
Hey,
that gets hurt.
hey, Saul.
Yeah.
As you're getting back in, you suddenly feel like you've been struck by lightning. Everything is simultaneously extremely close and extremely far away, and you start dropping. You start dropping to the floor. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Philip, you notice Saul stumble down from the chair, completely toppled, with a bullet you see the back of his uniform starting to go red.
Medic!
You say to the medic literally right next to you.
That's why I'm saying it. Medic, get to him.
Pain. Okay, this is good.
Saul, you see Generico above you. You're gonna be okay. Hey, Lieutenant.
Oh, no, yeah, this is the worst thing I've ever felt.
Do we have a backup gunner in here, or is this where I have to get in the turret?
What do you think, genius?
I'm not asking you, Saul. Bleed out. I'm asking
No.
the director, so
There's,
I
there's
assumed
only
so.
2 crew.
I assumed so.
Saul, take 6 damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Reduce your armor first.
Reduce my armor.
So your armor goes down to 0,
Yeah.
and then you take 4 on top of that.
Yep, we are.
We are gaming.
Woo! I'm gonna go get that water now.
Yeah, you're losing a lot of it.
It's, just keep adding water. Keep the relative fluid levels up.
Yeah,
Fine.
get the IV going. All right, Philippe will get in the turret.
Yep, as you see, Generico start to work over Saul. Speaking of Philippe, you just were pulled. What do, boss man?
All right, so
Yep, as you see, you're starting to really get close with these guys. You're going up the dunes now.
and we've got one squad suppressed, but the others are still acting. I assume right now. It seems.
How do I put this? You're basically bullying. You're gonna overrun them pretty soon because it doesn't seem like they have anything to actually stop you.
Yeah, that was what I was betting on. It's not a bet that I'm going to make every time, but this time I was like, All right, Philippe will bark out an order over the radio to Mickey and basically say, pour it on him. And just keep pushing. We're getting through this.
Meyer.
I will contribute to the fire.
Meyer, you hear her from the driver, or screams back, Postman says pour it on him. Meyer.
A good suggestion.
Philippe,
yeah.
I'd like you to make me a leadership and poise test.
Leadership and poise. Okay. That is unfortunate.
Would you like a narrative point?
No, I mean, I succeeded. It's just unfortunate that it wasn't any of my other ones.
I was about to say that you could have lobbied for something else.
Well, I mean, I would like to lobby for tact in this case because it's basically, we're going very by the book here in terms of mechanized warfare, in terms of what we're doing. Like, this is something we would have trained for 100 times. Never executed, obviously, but it is something like half our drills, half our practices as a unit would be this exact scenario.
Okay, then Saul, you get up. You're at the MMG. You may now do a free attack on any unit
And
of your choice.
I did get 3 successes on the leadership, by the way.
Ah, excellent.
So everyone has a +2.
Nice.
Except me. I'm
Oh, wait,
assuming.
you said you said this to Mickey, not Balster.
I said it over the comms in general, but I thought Balster couldn't act again because I thought
Balster is currently fucking dead.
Yeah, Balster's gone. Philippe didn't know that, but I thought Meyer had acted already, so I only called out Mickey for clarity. So I'm not sure how that works in terms of if Meyer would get the bonus for his next turn.
Sure, because like, what's the word? This is all experimental for me.
Sure. Okay. So in that case, yeah, I would have said Balster as well then. I was just saying the one for clarity, but yeah, there we go. Sure. Yeah, so Mickey and Balster, not Balster, Meyer, by extension of taking Balster's place, all get a +2 to your next attack, and now I'll roll my attack. What is it, boss?
Oh, also pouring on?
Yeah.
Straightforward. I'd like you to do poise, firearms, systems 4. Actually,
Okay,
no.
it's just
Unless, oh yeah, you've gotten back on the gun. Yeah, systems 4.
okay. So 3d6. So my threshold for this is going to be an 11. So what am I gonna roll? I rolled a 12. I'm using that fucking narrative point. I refuse.
Is that 3 12s in a row? Oh, so not in a row,
Well,
I
this
guess.
one
Yeah,
isn't a
you leave
6-6, thank God, because it's a 3d6. But
Yeah.
that's a 13. I rolled one worse. I rolled a 4 4 4 on the first.
You do realize you could have just used the point to give yourself a +1.
I did not realize that, actually.
Yeah, no, you can retroactively give yourself a +1.
I did not realize that. Well, it's up to you then.
I'm letting you have it.
All right, I leave it in your hands, and I thank you for your mercy. All right, that's 1 success. And I'd say I was firing on the second squad for clarity.
Oh, second squad.
Oh, that's me. Whoops, sorry.
Huh?
You said second squad.
No. I'm
Oh.
shooting the Zeke second squad. I'm not.
Oh,
Not shooting.
Shooting our second squad just lights up the thought.
That would be a real gamer move by Philippe. All right, second squad, you're underperforming.
Commissar. Thank you, Commissar.
It's not what their job mostly is, you know.
Yeah, Philippe is here to give you political instruction.
How many successes did you got, Philippe?
Only one because of the
Like you
the
rolled me a
+1.
tiebreaker.
Oh God, is it a 1d6?
Yeah, 1d6. I rolled a 3. You need to go lower than a 3.
I rolled a 4, so I did not go lower.
Yep. So is your like you feel the rattle of this 30 cal go off in your hands. It's kicking back against you. The rounds plink up against this dude as heads drop back behind on the skyline.
All right, well, hey, at least it's some suppressing fire, I guess. I think that's the end of my turn.
Yes. However, that's not the end of you.
I figure. Well, the enemy is coming up soon, but glad to hear.
Yep. So you're getting really close to these guys now, Philippe, and you notice to the right of you, there's that's a machine gun team, and they look to be swinging towards you as the lead vehicle.
So, question.
Yes.
Roughly what size is this machine gun in comparison to the APC?
It's a medium machine gun.
Let me clarify. Is it large enough that I can't run it over?
Oh no, that's not the problem. They're looks like they're gonna point it at you.
Hey, we're gonna get shot anyways. Might as well run it over to destroy it.
So that's how you want to react to it? Run them over before you get shot?
You know, I think that's really that's we got to get that out of commission. And frankly, I don't see much else we could do right now because if I don't get shot, the machine gun's gonna shoot one of the other APCs anyway.
Very
What
well
type of officer would I be if I let the other APCs get shot for me?
Not
a
a
good
live one.
Yeah, I don't want to be an alive one.
Fair.
I want to be a victorious one, Frep. Even if that means my own death.
There are other people in this APC too.
That's actually a fair point. Yeah, we'll just try to do evasive
like the
maneuvers.
machine gun can actually damage the APC.
Yeah, when you said it was aiming at him, I assumed that was aiming at him personally, man in the component.
Oh yeah, if it's just aiming at me, fucking gun it, bro. Like driver, take us closer. Hit that shit. Let's see who blinks first, me or the Zeke machine gun nest that now has an APC gunning at it.
Here, then Philippe.
I believe in my driver.
I'd like you to roll me maneuver.
Hey, Go, you remember when you told me I wouldn't need maneuver in any circumstances in this and to take operate?
Yeah, I said except the fact that if you needed to take over.
But I'm not driving.
But it's your vehicle now. The same way that Saul would make the... what's the word? Check.
Check for...
The dodge roll.
Well, I mean, I fail it no matter what in this case because my maneuver is 0 because I put it in operate as I was directed.
Dude,
So let us see. So it's
Actually, no. Actually, let me think. Leadership?
First of all, getting shot in the back, bro. We really got sabotaged right out the gate, buddy. I'm sorry.
The dice gods. So.
Also, I do want to clarify. I'm not actually salty. I don't care either way. I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, you're taking the piss. Okay, leadership.
Exactly.
Let me think. Keen. Mobility, which for you will be a 4.
Okay.
So that's the APCs.
Okay, so let's see. Will I roll above a 12 again? Yeah, I did. I rolled a 13. Wow, look at that. That's so funny. Thanks, dice.
And before you do anything else, that's 1 failure. You go over, you see the rounds plink next to you as you get right above, what's the word? There's the upper front plate right in front of you, and as you're cresting right where you can no longer see them, you see the tracers bounce up off the upper front plate right in front of you without hurting you.
Well, thank God for that.
You feel a slight bump in the road.
Oof.
Well, thank God for that.
Oh, that's the MG team done.
I need to pee.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I am going to go to the bathroom real quick. Because we've been doing this for an hour, and I was drinking beforehand.
So when Mine said that there isn't really a lot in this squad that can hurt us,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the second Zeke squad, and I'm noticing
Weapon pen.
weapon pen.
Yeah.
So I think we found the squad with AT weapons.
I'm just gonna say, there's a reason I shot at those guys.
Yeah. The problem is, like, I don't really know how I'm gonna act in this situation because my main thing is sniping.
Yeah. Now that we've hit the dune, we're gonna dismount effectively because the machine gun's gone. We've done our thing as mechanized infantry. We've hit them. They're in shock. Now we dismount and hit them while they're reeling. In theory.
Yeah.
In theory. Let's say a mobile shows up. I mean,
In practice, what's probably going to happen is Philippe's going to jump out of the back of the thing. I'm going to roll a 14, and then he's going to get shot in the head, and then
You're gonna sprain your ankle running off of the ramp, and you're gonna fall on a live grenade.
Because the theme of the lieutenant's rolls tonight appear to be roll 1 or 2 above what we need. I'm going to go get dinner real quick.
Look.
I have returned.
Welcome
Dakar,
back.
I have returned.
I don't care. It's fun. I love this shit, man. I love watching stuff go absolutely tits up. It's a ask go and the other game.
It's key federation for the time.
Exactly. Ask go how my fucking character in the game where both players in is, and he'll tell you why I love watching shit like this. Puts the pressure on.
You're favored by the gods, Perry.
I'm not favored by the gods, brother. I am stealth missions. Apparently, I'm favored. Yeah. In this one, the gods have decided I was too hubristic. All right, BRB.
Also, you're currently like completely dominating on this fight.
Yeah, at this point, would it be fine if Saul called out? I mean, he is being kind of just, he can't really yell, but he just kind of looks up at anyone. Send out goddamn infantry. They're shot. Rock them.
Yeah, you wait for that moment when Perry is back, because Perry is technically in charge.
Technically, yeah. He also didn't get shot in the fucking back. So bad. That was so bad.
You got shot in the shoulder, my guy.
He could now being fair, he could have been shot in spine. At that point, well, let me just fucking sign up for the Living Dead division and swap sides.
You mean the non-canonical division that I'm going to ignore?
Dang.
Look, they're cool. December Sky is fine. Bandit Flowers fucking. Bandit Flowers wilding. God damn it, they make it done soon.
The only thing I remember from Bandit Flower is that it had a weirdly homoerotic piano scene where one of the other partners is a woman and with a man.
It's like, why is it so homoerotic even though there's a man and a woman?
Out of the way.
Yeah. Alright. Saul kinda calls out. Send out the damn infantry, they're shot. Now rock them, damn it.
I would love to, but it is not my turn.
No, what's it? You're still allowed to say stuff.
Oh, okay, awesome. Sorry, that was a misunderstanding then. Fucking dismount.
Turns is anything that speaking is free.
Just making sure. It's a bit weird since I also can give mechanical benefits. I don't want to accidentally
Oh no, you think it's you've already done that for this turn, so you can't do it again.
Awesome. That makes a lot more sense now. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, Philippe's over the radio then. As soon as we hit this machine gun nest, he's like, dismount, dismount, dismount. And he will get off the machine gun and go to follow his own order.
Meyer, you see next to you You see a Zeke start to get a tube from his back, and he points it towards not you. He starts pointing it towards the femme fatale.
I feel that guy needs to be introduced to 30 caliber rounds very quickly.
Yep. And then, one moment.
That's my favorite little murderer.
Who's my favorite psychopath?
Exactly.
You are.
You are.
And then you see rounds plink around them when Mickey's 30 opens up. And the wire-guided ATGM, the rocket flies right above the APC.
Man, I never expected Philippe's propaganda about Zeon to become so accurate.
He was more inspiring than you thought, apparently.
Meyer,
Well,
the door pops open, and you see Rekola's team jump out. And they don't even bother with grabbing the Regina. They just hop out with their small arms and start opening up on the Zeeks that are point blank next to them.
I'm glad that's what they went. I was worried that they're gonna pop out and try and haul that thing. I was like, this seems like improper weapon.
I was going to get worried they were going to fire an ATGM and infantry, and I would have been crying internally. Like,
technically that works. That's not a crime. However, did you really have no other options?
I have no other. See, that was what I was considering because like, man, fuck these guys.
Everything I see what Stone is, they're kind of anti whatever you need it to be. They're just not efficient.
You know, I remember a Russian Badger joke is you put your finger, you know the ADATs, a missile slinger. It's anti, then you take your finger, you point it something dat. It's anti-dat. And, so Rekua hops out and starts like hosing the guys right next to you, Meyer. These panicking Zeeks. And Connie, now that the door is open, what do you do?
Will it take me a turn or an action to drag out the boys?
No, it's just what's the word? It's you are not forced to act right now. You can like set yourself up into an ambush and activate later. But if you want to do anything involving a check, this is the time.
All right. How far away is the mortar team from my location?
Within a medium distance.
Medium distance?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to get out of the APC with the rest of Reko's squad, or I guess my squad technically. And I'm just gonna hit the deck, bring up the AT rifle, and start slinging lead at that mortar squad.
Very well then. They're out in the open.
How foolish of them.
I'd like you to make a poison firearms check.
Yes. Poise 3, threshold 8. Oh no. I got a 9.
Yep. Your round goes right next to them. You see this massive, like, plink of dirt bounce up.
Shit.
Shit indeed.
Ah, well, it couldn't get worse.
Hey, Maya, right next to you, you see a man who looks like he's laying down as the rest of your squad starts to get out and starts fighting. Exchanging fire with the enemies right on top of you. You see him start to move his hand towards his chest.
Do I have time to bring the 30 around?
Yes, because you have your
I'm
reaction.
going to do that. I will light him up.
Very well then. I'd like you to roll me keen firearms +2. This is an opposed roll.
Do I still have the +2 from the leadership thing
Yes.
before as well, or is that?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So it's a +3.
Okay.
You need to beat 5 successes.
Oh.
Would you like to use a narrative point?
So I've tied currently.
Oh, would you really like to use a narrative point just to win?
I mean, yeah, I don't want my guys getting fucking aced.
Very well then. So you turn around as this guy's starting to get up, and he moves his hand away from his chest, gripping something. And then you hose him. And you see drawn, then come from what out comes his hand. A grenade. Right next to your guys. He's dropped it next to his now deadified corpse.
I guess I'll just call out grenade and hope somebody can hear me over this fucking cacophony of gunfire. That's kind of about the worst case scenario, but I don't know what else what else you can do.
So, Connie, then you hear Meyer yell out, "Grenade!" As the rifleman next to you hit the dirt. And then you hear, you feel physically shaken by the explosion.
Is it close enough to hurt me, or do I just feel the
No,
blast?
you just feel it.
Ooh. Connie's gonna hold on to his helmet and kind of just tuck himself into the dirt. Or sand, I guess.
Then, Myra, you see Corporal Boz Bingles, opens up on the mortar team. Oh, that's a crit success. That's a critical failure right after each other. And he completely utterly hoses it. As they die trying to get out off any rounds.
That fucking name makes me laugh every time.
What thing?
That name, Boz Bingles. The Gundam name generator is fucking cursed, and I love it.
Who said the generator came up with that?
Was that just you?
That's just me.
That's even worse.
I have a talent for these things. The fact that you thought I used the generator says so much about it. Pretty sure I just accidentally deleted something.
Yeah, that mortar team.
No, on the name picker wheel. Delete. So, Meyer accidentally deleted Meyer.
Oh no. Terrible way to go.
Did Meyer get shot?
No, on the name picker wheel.
Oh, God.
But although speaking of being deleted, you see the 4th squad start to, flee in terror. As, they're running away. And, Philippe, your guys are, hosing it, are, really trying to, pick off the stragglers. You seem to have had a very successful first firefight of the war.
Good. That'll give everyone some confidence, at least. And help with the nerves. How many casualties have we taken so far? Does it seem?
But one moment. You look around you, and it seems like you've taken about, I don't know, a few dead. You don't know exact count, but like you
Less
They
than
could-
3, roughly.
yeah, you can count them on your one hand.
Okay. Well, Philippe will quickly refer to his map unless he suddenly hears the ground start shaking due to the fact that the combat tracker has been updated with Zaku. But if I'm not hearing the ground shake yet or feeling it shake
Oh
yet,
no. I want you to have, what's the word? Dramatic irony.
all right. Philippe will just basically start giving out orders, cross-reference our current location on the map, and report back to the captain that we've made contact with the enemy, and he'll report the grid coordinate that we're at.
Your RTO looks you understood, sir, and he picks up his radio and he's saying, his boss man, this is finger one, and I repeat, boss man, this is finger one, and we encountered the enemy. He's sitting there for a couple seconds looking at it and just listening, and then he takes it away from his ear and he looks at the like actual phone itself. Then Philippe, you slowly see him, it like the realization dawn upon him.
I think Philippe knows what that means. And Philippe will quickly shout out, "Spread out defensive positions! Get those APCs behind the dune! Cyclops!"
Upon hearing the phrase Cyclops, Connie gets up. Where's the direction of expected contact? Or, I guess, confirmed contact?
Like, the only guys
Right
you
now.
see is the fleeing Zeeks in front of you.
Yeah,
All
right
right.
now Philippe's going to assume they're coming from the direction the enemy's running, so when he says pull back behind the dune, you would see him kind of pulling back behind that section, facing where the Zeeks are running.
All right. Connie's going to drop down, aiming toward the fleeing Zeeks are. He's going to kind of dig himself a little impromptu shallow foxhole and lay the boys down and get ready.
Yeah, everyone should be digging firing positions right now. Who has an entrenching tool? Best as you can do right in where we.
Did the Zeeks have like a dug in position where they just lined up against the ridge of this dune?
Yeah, just the ridge of this dune.
Okay.
Don't forget, they did just arrive in this place, like, within hours.
Yeah, we hit
Gotcha.
them quick. We got lucky. If they had been dug in, oh, that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
And
It
our
seems like a
APCs,
shit fight, like an absolute shit fight, because, like, what's the word? They can't hurt you, and you can't hurt them.
yeah, have the APCs pulled back as well, go, or are they kind of? Is there anything going wrong, or are we good?
Yep. So as these APCs start to like draw back, Meyer, you see, before the lunchbox is allowed to retreat, the Regina team has to get the Regina.
Makes sense.
And
Also,
then
yeah,
you see you see them across the horizon. You see 3 objects fast approaching. I'd like you, to roll me academics and keen. Meyer.
academics. Oh, what's that?
Dude, imagine being the one guy in the Federation Army who did not pay attention at the silhouette briefings. That's rough, buddy.
What? Giant robots. You want? It's a Zaku. There's there's nothing else.
Yeah, apparently you don't know it. Is that funny that Corporal? Were you asleep?
Yes.
Did you fail them?
I may have just cheated off someone else's test.
How do you cheat on a silhouette test?
I lie.
It looks like a Zaku. You can't tell if it's a Zaku 1 or a Zaku 2.
Big metal robot man. What more do I need to know?
Big robot!
All I know is I don't want to be in the significantly less scary metal box when like the giant robot shows. I want the hell out of this track. So I guess I should still roll that and see how badly I managed to fail.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you rolled snake eyes.
Yeah, it's true. Let's see. That was keen academics. Listen, I could do it theoretically.
Theoretically.
Holy shit, I was close. I will fail that by 2 though. If it was any closer, I'd be tempted to spend, but no, 2 failure. Yeah, those big men, all right.
Yeah. So you see them walking towards you, and they shoot at you as the round as a 105 millimeter round hits right next to the lunchbox. You both see and more importantly feel the dirt being kicked up around you.
Ah. Let my response be shit, fuck, as I try and get the hell out of this EPC and like dig into the ground.
Oh boy. Do I hear the fucking sound of that?
Yeah.
Bleeding. Okay. So it's a pretty bad shot. Am I still able to move?
Yeah, Saul, you've been taken out. The bleeding is currently stemmed. It's just like your everything kind of hurts.
Yeah.
And it's after the morphine.
Saul's very good, not bad day.
Yeah, well, it might get worse. Because that's a sign that shit's going down. He just kinda
Saul, speaking of you, it's now your pull.
yeah. He kinda pulls himself up a bit. Our infantry in the Brokeback exited, right?
Yeah, it's just you and Generico.
Where's Philippe?
He's outside the vehicle, or is Philippe still in the cupola?
No, Philippe dismounted when he ordered everyone else to dismount. You know, he's not going to let everyone else go out, and he stays safe in the APC. He would be behind the bridge starting to direct the ATGM teams setting up and, you know, getting ready to start giving orders in that way.
Right, so at this point, Saul pulls himself up, and he starts starts crawling back into the cupola. Medic, you might want to take cover in here. That's an order.
Yes, sir.
And he will.
He starts helping you up to the cupola.
He smiles a bit. They ain't going to court martial for you. He grabs a hold of. He'll start working the ATGM. Do I fucking see the goddamn
Your 225 is currently right on the other opposite edge of the dune, so you can fire. You basically where the ATGMs are, you can fire right over. You're as low as profile as possible, while you can still attack back.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yes, that is why I wanted them to pull back, and I'm glad Go understood that. Thank you, Go.
I understood how armored fighting vehicles fight.
But I appreciate.
Well, he has not seen much combat. He knows how to fire these in particular. As they are like the biggest thing and most important gun on this fucking thing, arguably.
Not arguably.
Not arguably at all, no.
No one's going to argue that point with you.
Yeah, especially right now. With the help of the medic getting up here, he starts working it. Are they both like equidistant, the Zaku's?
Yeah.
Alright. Cool.
There's no currently any difference between the two of them.
Yeah. Gravity is a bitch, and there's a good chance I knocked them over. But it also requires me to hit.
It is a 150 millimeter rocket, so
Yeah,
it's big.
it'll fuck it up, regardless of where I hit it, but nah, I don't want to fuck around. Nothing fancy. We ball. Center mass. He starts working it. He starts aiming it. All right. Well, I made the joke earlier. Let's test this guy. Let's see how they fucking do on Earth. And he will fire the ATG.
For pain, I'm gonna give you a -2. You can
That's
use your reaction to give yourself a +2 when you take a shot. Would you like to?
I would absolutely love to.
And I'm just going with Zaku number 1 is going to attempt to dodge.
I do have a question.
What?
It's me you want. When making an attack against an enemy that has attacked your ally, you gain a +1. Does that apply here?
You may have your +1.
Lovely. I technically have a net +1.
Did you roll one over your thing again?
No, not yet. I haven't rolled yet. I haven't been told what the roll is.
It's cheat fire. It's your MS ordnance, which is that'll be your tact
Ordnance
system.
System 4, 4, 3. So we're looking at 11 + 1. We're looking at a threshold of 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely. Dice. I swear to God, you got me shot last time. Oh, that's very good. Okay. We got 4 successes. And this is a weapon with piercing on it.
Yes, so 4 successes. So the way it works is a pierce weapon does 1 hit.
Yep.
Then you take the number in the brackets. For every additional hit, you get 1 extra point of damage up to that number.
So we got a total of, I think I actually got the full thing, so 7 damage.
Wrong. It's an opposed roll.
Oh, I see.
And I got successes, which means I take away my 2 successes from your 7 to make it 5. If you look at the Zaku's Zaku 1 stat profile, that's a dead Zaku.
I still fucking.
I'm gonna spend a narrative point. You send the wire out, and you hit right on the top of the chest, and you physically see the the head of the Zaku pop off, and you could see the eye go dark from this distance. But it's not dead. It staggers back.
Oh, I'm back. If things were easy, we already be done with the war, right? He looks back at the medic. If the medic will help him, he'll try to duck back down because fuck trying to take another shot right now.
Speaking of trying to take another shot right now.
Yeah.
Let's see, 10 minus 2, so 8. Because you're in hard cover. Then additional -2, so 6. I need to make a 6 on a 3d6.
Damn.
That is a 9. 3 failures. So, all of you see the other Zaku move forward and suppress all of your positions, firing wildly, both over and under. The other Zaku takes a knee behind a dune. Then, Philippe, you hear over the radio Mickey say, hey, boss man, what are we supposed to do? Oh, our 30s can't do anything to it.
Their APC doesn't have an ATGM on? Is that what you're saying?
So, Saul's APC has an ATGM. The other Regina team, and everyone has one Wyvern recoilless rifle.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, one. I say look at Meyer's stat sheet.
Okay. In that case, Philippe's going to say, get out of the APC, join the line. Drivers, stay at your post, ready to move quick.
And let's see how this next move check. That's 1 success for the Zaku. 12. One success for Rekoa. You see a Rekoa as like adjust the dial on the Regina and it fires. The Zaku jumps up into the air to try to dodge this missile, and you see the wire suddenly jerk up as it hits it right in the boosters and it falls to the ground.
I think all our ATGMs are fucking dead eyes.
Hey, I hit it.
I know. I'm not criticizing.
Meyer, now what do you do with you and your guys?
How far out are these? Are they like longed us, or are they?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the penalty for trying to shoot something beyond your effective range?
-2.
Okay. And the one Zaku's dropped behind cover, correct? After getting fucked up?
Yeah. And there's also the armored car.
Oh. Interesting. Just trying to think here. The Wyvern isn't going to be able to reach out and touch these things very effectively at this range. Plus, I mean, I'm 100% sure on its capabilities doing this. I'd hell with it. Let's try and aim a shot. You can aim between. I don't remember how that works. Can you aim between rounds? Like I can start aiming now.
Yeah,
and
so
then
the way that
hold
works
fire
is
from
like
there.
you press your reaction. You say because that's what the +2 to your firing when you use your reactions. You're aiming specifically. It's a +2,
Yeah.
and you can hold it if you don't actually fire at anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I might do that. Well, I'll just like pull out the Wyvern and start aiming it, but hold. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe the Zakus do venture a little closer where this shot can get get easier, or failing that, I'll take a shot. When an opportunity presents itself.
Connie, you see the Zaku's far in the distance, at least like a kilometer out. They're hiding behind the dunes as you see the smoke coming out, but you see an armored car are still racing towards your line.
Mm-hmm. That's silly bastard was good to himself. That's on him, I guess.
Connie, what do you do?
Well, both of the Zaku's out of line of sight.
Yeah, they're not gonna interfere with you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take aim at the armored car.
Okay then. I'd like you to make a tact firearms check at a -1. Unless you'd like to use your reaction and give yourself a +2.
I do have sniper's eyes, so does that cancel out the -1?
It would.
Hmm.
Because you're at long range.
All right, I'll do a +2.
Very well then, so you use your reaction.
Yep. So that'll be a 12. I got an 8. So that is. Let me double check, because math is not my strong suit. 5 degrees of success.
5 degrees of success. Yeah, so you throw one right down center mass of this armor or like hover truck, and you see the round hit, and then it starts it swerves off into a different dune, like where you can no longer see it.
Oh dear. He was aiming for the engine. He killed the fucking driver. Shit.
Suffering from success.
It is it is a kilometer away. Aiming for the engine at this distance is more of a theoretical concept.
So I'm assuming armored car has been completely dispatched.
Yep.
Yeah. Connie kind of realizes that this is the first time he's probably killed someone. He racks the bolt back with a shaking hand and chambers another round and aims at where the Zaku's are, and he's gonna end his turn there.
Then, Connie, you see across the distance, across the same sight line, you see 8 more Zaku's.
Connie's gonna call out, "We got more. we got more Zaku's. About 8 of them."
Well, there's something to be said for heroic last stands and, nobly buying time. But that's 8 Zaku's. We literally don't have enough Reginas for all of them.
You mean not enough Reginas, you have the one.
Exactly. I mean, one Federal Regina is worth 3 Zaku's, but this ratio is a bit beyond that. So Philippe will calmly get on the radio and say, all elements, withdraw to the APCs and begin retreating. Scatter, deploy smoke. And Philippe will actually toss a smoke grenade out of his own. He'll let it cook for a second while he watches people, presumably.
As you're watching this cook, you see something incredible.
Huh?
You see the first Saku with you can see the command horn look over and it points at your position, and then you see something. The incredible thing is you see a rocket come out from the sky, right into the chest of it, and it falls down.
Oh, thank God for the air.
You look up and you see a flying mantha, a pair of flying mantha strike fighters, one in completely black livery, flying away.
Well, love that man. Don't know who it is, but I owe him a drink, even though I don't drink. And yeah, pop smoke and let's get out of here, boys and girls. Or withdrawing back to the formation. But naturally, as a good officer of the French tradition, Philippe will be the last one to board the APC.
Connie's gonna pick up his rifle, sling it over his shoulder, kind of fall back a bit because it's how much does a boy's weigh? Like
It's heavy.
30 pounds. And he's gonna run to the APCs. 35 pounds. Yeah, he's gonna run to the APCs, one hand holding his helmet against his head, and the other hand on his rifle sling.
I don't think you have a rifle sling. I think you have a handle that's just like connected to the barrel.
Yeah, actually thinking about it, yeah, probably.
I think that would just break the sling. So, Meyer, Yukani, Rekoa, and Blaster's dead corpse are all sitting in this vehicle as you're driving back to the rear. You finally have a moment to breathe. I'd like everyone to take 1 mind damage.
No, I'm too French for mind damage, but no.
Would you mind if I take 2? Because...
No, wait, stop. I'm not done.
Oh.
You're new to this, so I have to run you through this. You same through caffeine. Is everyone taking their mind damage? They're 1?
Yes, sir.
I was new to start.
Because Perry and Frep already know this was going to happen. I would like caffeine, Connie, Pancake. Look to the right-hand side of your character sheet. You'll see a cheat sheet. On the very bottom of it, you have 2 called combat. You have fatigue, grit, and fatigue, empathy. I would like everyone to roll me combat fatigue grit. If you fail the test, take an additional D3 mind health.
Okay.
I have passed, thank God.
I roll. Oh wait, I fucking rolled 3. Like,
I rolled a 1.
I rolled 3 dice like a dumbass.
Wait, what do you mean you rolled a 1, Connie?
Oh wait, sorry. No, I gotta roll 2. There we go. 7. I still rolled a 1.
It's a success if you meet it correct.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. I mean, I'm at it.
Excellent.
Hey.
A very important thing about combat fatigue is that you regain mind health in your downtime portions. And that's simultaneously also the area if you want to try to improve a skill, you have to use your downtime instead of trying to regain mind health. And you can die by having, a total mental collapse. So, everyone in the lunchbox, how are you feeling as you're driving back? Back to friendlier lines.
Connie is still pretty shaken up.
I still have a bullet in my shoulder.
No, everyone in the lunchbox, so that's Meyer and Connie.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Connie's pretty visibly shaken up. Also, real quick before you continue, how do I do the damage, the mind damage on my sheet? Do I just put?
You just reduce your mind health.
Oh, okay.
So in the area where like the same column as where you put your armor, where your health is, and the
Yep,
injury
I see
slot
it.
is the same one. Just reduce the first number because that
Yep,
number
7.
can be 0, and that isn't death. Death is 0, and all 3. You have to be so every single time after 0, you take a piece of damage, you fill an injury slot. And if all 3 injury slots are filled, and you take additional damage, and your health bar can't take it, then you die.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. But yeah, Connie's pretty shaken up. Like he's visibly shaken up. His normal like cheery sort of demeanor is gone. He's just sort of looking down at the floorboards of the APC.
Mara, you see this, and then you hear Half Foot say, "You think I could paint a kill on my helmet? I fucked him up real good."
Why not?
Then she looks Philip, and then she does square quotes. It's all about tradition, and it's unprofessional. Fucking stick up his ass. Meyer, how you doing? She doesn't say this. This is me. Don't mind asking.
Not bad. I actually passed that check, which was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Did I lose anyone from my section other than the like vehicle commander who got taken out before the fight really started?
No, like you were in a pretty great position. That's perhaps the most optimal way you could have encountered some mobile suits.
Gotcha. That being said, like we did just walk like balls first through a bandsaw of like running into was it 8 Zaku's total or 10 total?
Yeah, there's 10 total Zaku's.
Okay. We'll probably just be bitching vociferously about the fact that we like are doing recon by like just driving into the enemy and hoping to survive contact long enough to report back. This seems like a methodology that works, but it also is does not pay to be on the front end of it.
Quite dangerous work.
Yeah.
Yep. So Meyer, you see Connie in front of you. He looks pretty bad, and he's one of your guys. He rides in your vehicle. He's your friend, ostensibly. And you are also the ranking officer here. Well, officer.
Yeah, I suppose he is. Oh shit.
You thought you could have escaped that by being an enlisted man?
Yeah, no. Goddamn attrition. Forced. I'll like motion to the big ass rifle. Say, well, I'm glad you were the one carrying that. That was a hell of a shot on the armored car.
Thanks. I first time I shot it in anger was today. He's still looking down at the floorboards.
Rekko puts an arm around your shoulder, Connie. Well, El Chops, you certainly made a good impression. Great debut. He playfully smacks her chest. A lot
Kind of
of
tenses
other
up a
guys'
bit.
first times are usually pretty unsatisfying, you know.
He half-heartedly jokes a bit. Not the first time a woman has said that to me.
She uproariously laughs. And then the scene cuts to Saul. You're sitting down. You've taken off your shirt so like the Generico can get at the wound better.
How is it still like bad, like painful? I imagine so.
Yeah, even after the painkillers.
Yeah. Still feel like shit. Got any more of those drugs?
Generica looks down at you, sir. I, in my professional opinion, cannot recommend more.
Got it. Well, do you recommend that as a kill or what?
Sir, he looks a little awkward. I wasn't able to observe it. The cupola only fits one person.
Damn it. Could have humored me a little bit.
Yeah, Philippe, you, however, were outside the vehicle. Do you have anything to say?
Was it a kill?
Yeah. Well, it could probably count as a mission kill.
Philippe will look up from his map. He's currently got the map kind of tucked against something, and he's got a little, like, light on it, and he's mapping out where the Zeon mobile suits were, their numbers, what direction they came from. And not looking up from the map, he'll remark, twiddling the marker he's using for a moment. It was a mission kill, at least. Well done, Saul. He kind of nods.
Gives a thumbs up, and then he just kind of coughs a bit from the pain.
Philippe, how do you feel about today's encounter with the enemy?
Well, we lost some good soldiers, but we took down 2 Zakus. We eliminated an enemy platoon and MG element, as well as a mortar crew, for the loss of less than 5 of his own platoon. No vehicles were lost, so he's quite pleased, quietly pleased. This isn't like a jubilant whoop moment, 3 of his men are dead, and that's not great. But what they inflicted on the Zeon in their first ever actual real test was far, far greater. So he's just quietly pleased at the moment. His priority now is getting back to the rest of the company and reporting to the captain so it can go up to division, and so whatever intelligence they may have gathered from this can be passed on.
Oh, then speaking of that, you hear from the private you have up on the Pental. He said, sir, I'm seeing the captain's 225.
All right, pull us in alongside.
The driver nods.
And Philippe's voice will crackle over the radio for the various squads. All elements will assume a defensive position. We've made contact with the company, but be ready to move. Take a few moments to stretch your legs and breathe.
Yeah, Meyer, you hear this. Meyer Connie. You've heard the order to disembark.
Kanye does the same thing he did last time, granted a little bit more shaken and a little bit slower. Plants his ass into the sand, digs a little shallow foxhole, aims towards where the Zakus or any other Zeon forces might be coming from.
Philippe will just stride over to the captain's vehicle.
See the captain look down at you and looks around. You encounter anything?
Yes, sir. And he'll hand over the local map he has with the enemy positions marked. We engaged 1 Zeon infantry platoon, an MMG element, a mortar crew, and 10 Zeon mobile suits.
Did you get a bearing?
Yes, sir. And he'll, again, hand over the map and, where the directions they were.
Looks at it and says, "You were luckier than us. All we could find was a few armored cars that scurried off before we could actually fire off a shot."
We only managed to eliminate 2 Zakus, sir. That means there's still at least 7 up ahead. We saw an air element come in and take out 1.
And he starts to scratch his chin. Probably have to return to the rest of the division, give them this news. Because he taps down on the 225. Our radios aren't strong enough to get anything back to division.
Sir?
He nods. We'll move in ours until we can contact anyone.
All right.
Good work, Arc Lieutenant.
Philippe just kind of nods again. He's not going to salute in this situation. Never know where these snipers around, and he'll just kind of briskly stride back over to where his platoon is.
Yeah, so you look over to Saul and Sergeant Ricardo says, "So what's the word?"
I also just want to make as a side note, Philippe's posture has not changed at all. It is still that very brisk stride of, all right, I got places to be, things to do, let's go.
Saul gives a pained salute, grits his teeth, but gives a smile nonetheless.
Please don't get me killed, Lieutenant. And Philippe will just kind of put a hand on his shoulder to pat. He goes,
"Oh, not that one."
"Oh, apologies, Saul." He kind of takes his hand away gingerly. All right, Captain wants to link up with Division. So we're pulling back.
As for the word, Captain, they aren't invincible.
Exactly. Like I said, they're not used to Earth. No camouflage, bad positions, no defensive preparations, and those mobile suits are powerful, terrifying, but horribly ungainly in gravity. The captain congratulates us on our success. Give everyone... He kind of checks. He glances at the sky for a moment. 2 minutes. Water. Tend to everything. If they need to relieve themselves, do it now. And then we mount up and we head back to Division.
You see, Sergeant Ricardo says, I've been waiting to take a shit for forever.
Well, there should be some papers in the APC, right?
And he pulls out from his pocket a pack of baby wipes. You think I'm gonna wipe my ass with this ratty ass standard issue army toilet paper, sir?
Very good, Sergeant.
Come on, I have standards.
And then Philippe will just nod to the 2 and allow the sergeant to go shit and Saul to continue receiving, tending. And he'll go check on the other squad leaders and, check in with the various individuals, see how everyone's doing.
Meyer, Lieutenant Philippe walks up to you. What are you doing before he shows up?
Probably going around getting an ammo count from everyone in his section and getting it so that we're either reload with some of the APCs or splitting mags so everyone's got the same load.
Philippe, you walk up onto the scene.
Corporal Myers.
Meyer.
That?
It's not a last name.
Ah, gotcha.
His name's
Corporal
Meyer.
Lava.
Well, the thing is, it's also Gundam, so you can't say the first name. But you shouldn't say the Myers like it's a last name, because it's not.
Corporal Lava.
Yes, Lieutenant? Lieutenant?
How's your squad doing?
Meyer, you look around and they seem in extremely high spirits.
I mean, we kicked the shit out of those Zeeks. Doing pretty well.
You're damn right you did. They should all feel proud of that. He kind of nods to the group. The captain sends his compliments to you. We'll be heading back to Division, so take a few minutes to refresh yourselves, do anything you need to do. And who was operating the Regina that took down that Zaku?
Meyer, you look over to Corporal Rekoa, literally picking her teeth out of earshot.
Not in their direction.
Corporal Recco, is it?
See her perk up when you like yell her name out. Yes, sir.
I believe you'll need to be adding a marker to that, Regina. Well shot.
She thumbs up. They pay us to kill.
And kill you did. With that, he gives a nod and walks off to check on the next squad.
That seems like a great place to stop the episode.